So honeybees, let's have a little chitty chat. Yay, that works better. It's so I'm not like shaking. The new season of The Bachelor starts in January. It starts January 2nd. They showed the promo about a couple weeks ago, and yesterday they released all the bios of the girls. I don't know, I get excited. For those of you who don't know, The Bachelor is like my favorite show of life. It's my favorite show of life. And not many people know, but I actually almost got cast for season 21, the season coming up of The Bachelor. So basically, you can apply one of two ways to be on The Bachelor. You fill out an application online and you send in pictures with it, and then you have to send in a video with it. You can also go to casting calls that they have in different cities and just go and apply. So this was right after me and my boyfriend broke up in like March, I think. I just decided to go ahead and apply. I kind of did it for fun, and I didn't take it too seriously because I filled out the application, I included my pictures, but I didn't send in a video because I just really wasn't that serious about it. I don't know, I was just bored one night. So I went ahead and did that in like March or April, something like that. So fast forward to June, to the end of June. I actually was in LA at the YouTube space for Next Up. Shout out Next Up, class of 16. So I actually was in LA for YouTube Next Up, and it was the last day of creator camp. I was at the computer kind of working on my video that I had shot because they gave us time to edit, and that's what I was doing. I get a call, and it's an LA number. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I was in LA at the time, and I had been there for a week. So I was like, okay, this is probably like my hotel or like Uber, I don't know. I was just like, okay. Or it's probably like a survey, or I don't know. I didn't think much of it. So I answer the phone, and a girl speaks, and she's like, this is, I'm not going to say her name, but she was like, this is, well, we'll just say her name's Ashley. She was like, this is Ashley from ABC's The Bachelor, and we got your application. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, and she was like, do you travel? I was like, yeah, I travel a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm in LA right now for work. And she was like, you're in LA? Oh my God. She was like, we are in Santa Monica. Can you come meet us? And I was like, well, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Like, I'm here for work, and I actually fly out in the morning to go back home to Louisiana. So she's like, well, do you travel to other places? And I'm like, yeah, I travel all the time. And so she was like, do you think you'll be able to go to one of our castings? And she told me like the different castings they have coming up. And in my mind, I never thought that they would actually consider me to be on the show. And so I hadn't like mentally prepared myself for this. So I was partly like shocked, but then I was partly like, I don't really want to do this. Like, thank you, but I don't really want to do this. So I kind of like patronized her, and I was just like, yeah, like I'll see if I can go to one of the castings. And I had no intention of going to a casting, especially not one I had to travel to. So they ended up adding a New Orleans casting, which is like an hour from me. But that was the same weekend as my birthday, and I went to Miami for my birthday. So I was like, I'm definitely not canceling my 30th birthday trip to go to a casting for The Bachelor. I'm not doing that. So it had been about a month since she had called me, and she called me and was like, can you come to the New Orleans casting? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to. I'll be in Miami. So I was like, I'll try to go to one of the other ones maybe. And I left it at that. So I go to Miami, had a great time, but when I came back, I was exhausted. So I think it was the same day. It was either the same day I had gotten back from Miami or the next day. I basically, when I got back, I slept for 3 days straight because I was so exhausted. So it was either the day I had got back or the day after, and I was knocked out asleep. And she called me and I didn't answer because I was tired. I was like, I'm tired. I'm not gonna be trying to get on this show. Like, I just wanna, just let me be great and chill. So I didn't answer. I ignored it. She called me again. I ignored it again. Went back to sleep. She called me again. So this time I picked up because I was like, if I don't answer, she's gonna keep calling me. So I answered and she was like, hey, this is Ashley from The Bachelor. She was like, I know that you are not able to go to any casting. She was like, could you at least make a video for us? She was like, if, you know, you make the video and the producers like it, we'll fly you out to LA. So I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know. And like, she kept pushing it. And I mean, throughout this whole situation, I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I told my friends about it and they were like, are you crazy? You need to go for it. And so they kind of talked me into considering going on the show. So I ended up making a video and I sent it to the casting director, casting producer. Crazily enough, like a week later, the flood came, the massive historic flood came, and it ravaged everything. I mean, I've done videos on the flood. You guys know what that was like. It was like a Katrina situation. Like, my family lost everything. Like, it was scary. It was crazy. My family had to evacuate their house on a boat, and they were taken to a shelter because I live on the complete other side of town, so there was no way they were going to make it to me. And then I was flooded inside of my house. So they were in a shelter for 5 days, and it was killing me. Like, imagine your closest family in a shelter and you can't really talk to them that much. You don't know what's going on. It was heartbreaking. And I couldn't get out because I was flooded in. So one day, like after those 5 days, my friend was like, I was like, I think I'm just going to go get them. I'm going to have to put on some boots and like, whether I have to wade or swim to the street to go get them, I'm going to get them. So my friend offered to take me, and I ended up going to get them, and they were so happy to see me, and it was like so nice to have them, and it just really made me appreciate family and things like that. So one of the first things I did when I picked them up was I went and got them soup and food and things like that. And so I got them food, and I had left my phone in the car. While I was getting them food, the same girl, Ashley from The Bachelor, called me. And at this point, you guys, like, me even thinking about going on the show or doing any of that completely went out the window. My family had just gone through a major crisis. Like, people had died. Like, I was like, there's no way I will be pursuing this opportunity anymore. And I never called her back. I never responded. And she eventually stopped calling me, and that was that. So yeah, it was just a crazy situation. And then also too, like, as you guys know, I've been dealing with health issues, and you know, the filming started on September 24th, and I was set to see the specialist on the 15th. I didn't know what was going to be happening with my health. I didn't know what was going on with my family, where they were going to live, like what was going to happen. As you guys know, my car got wiped out. Like, it was just so much going on. I just did not feel it was an appropriate time to be going on a dating show. So yeah, that's my story on how I almost got cast on The Bachelor. So I thought that would be a fun, like, kind of story time kind of thing to tell you guys about, since there's a lot of Bachelor buzz now, and it's starting. I'm actually really excited to see it. Like I said, The Bachelor's my favorite show. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen this season, and I'm gonna be making my brackets. Would I reconsider and go on the show? I don't know. I can't say, because who knows where my life will be in the next year. you know. I'm not gonna say that I'm completely closed off to it. I think that I actually do believe in it. I do think that people can find love, and there are couples who have made it, and so I believe it works for people that are genuine. What's really funny is I had watched The Bachelorette, the previous season, with JoJo, and I had the biggest crush on Luke. And she ended up not picking him, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, if he ends up being, because at this point I was like going back and forth about trying to go on the show. I was like, if he ends up being the next Bachelor, I am going to pee my pants. I was so excited. The funny part is they had planned for Luke to be the Bachelor up until the night before the announcement. He was packed for LA and everything. The producers called him and told him they were going in another direction, and then they picked the Nick guy. So it kind of ended up working out to where it wasn't really someone I had been checking for. And so I don't know if my feelings would have been as strong or as genuine. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason. I'm kind of glad that it worked out that way. Because you know what? Hey Luke, if you ever watch this, like, hey boo. And ABC, y'all need to make him the Bachelor. And if you do, I will run to sign up. For real, for real. No, I'm kind of joking. But yeah, that's I almost got cast on The Bachelor story time. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys are going to be watching this season. And if so, what do you think about Nick? Do you like him, hate him? Let me know down below. Make sure to come back tomorrow for the next vlogmas video. Love you. Bye. It's a wonderful feeling. Hey, yeah.